Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Scott and welcome to the Fandom Pastor, which can be found on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, or podcast. The Fandom Pastor is for all of us who love our fandoms and our faith. Fandoms are anything that somebody has a deep love for. Harry Potter, Broadway musicals, cult films, to name just a few. Join the Fandom Pastor as we see how God is connected to it all. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Hey all, this is Pastor Brandon with our next episode of the Fandom Pastor. We are continuing our series on the X-Files. Now the clue from last time is that this episode has a connection to the movie Young Frankenstein. We're talking about Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose. This episode and Young Frankenstein both starred Peter Boyle. Now, this episode is the fourth episode of the third season, and it is considered by many to be the best episode of the series. It even won 2 Emmys. It's a phenomenal episode. Even if you don't watch any other episode of the X-Files, this is a great one to check out. So in this episode, Mulder and Scully investigate a string of murders that are targeting psychics and fortune tellers. And they're helped along in this case by Clyde Bruckman, who is this a guy. He works in insurance. He's kind of mysterious, kind of timid, but he has a very unique ability to predict how people will die. Now, according to Clyde, he got this ability in 1959 after he became absolutely fixated on the circumstances of his favorite musician's death, which was the Big Bopper, who, if you didn't know, died in a plane crash with Buddy Holly and Richie Valens. Now, this interest, this obsession that he had in the role of Chance and the specifics of the plane crash led to his development of this psychic ability, at least according to him. Now, what I want us to consider is the choices we make. Just like with this story, all the different choices that led the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, and Richie Valens to be on that plane together, the fact that the bus's heater didn't work, and all the different circumstances that came about. And so every choice we make, big or little, has consequences that either guide us towards life and success or towards death and disaster. Now, Matthew 6:33 says, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." If we make the right choices, we will come to where God wants us to be, life and success. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be worldly success, but success in God's eyes. So we make choices every day, whether we're going to go to church on Sunday, whether we're going to donate to this particular organization, whether we are going to steal, whether we're going to lie. All of our choices guide us, big and small. They all dictate where we are going in life. Now, it doesn't mean that God won't help direct us back to the path that God wants us to be on, but it is true that ultimately we can make the decision of saying no to God, and that is a choice. We are given free will. So just think about the choices that you make. It is something to think about. So here is my clue for next time as we continue our series on the X-Files. The clue is that this, quote, this was placed between the episode The End and the episode The Beginning. Thanks, God bless, and see you next time.